How's it going, guys? Cody, guys, back again, dropping out another video. Right, guys, sad and tragically, as you can see from the title, story in the Nottinghamshire Live, reference another suicide at HMP Nottingham. Wow, just devastated, gutted, wounded. Headline: Fourth inmate dies at HMP Nottingham in the space of 3 months. 3 months, 4 men dead. First things first, Ben Ireson, I hope I've pronounced that correctly. My thoughts and prayers are with your family, brother. God bless you, may you rest in peace. Too many prisoners leaving prisons in body bags, guys, and it really fans a flame. Right, and it gets me so riled up, angry, upset and annoyed that this is still going on. Right. Story reads: the prisoners come under the spotlight recently for its poor conditions, should come under, and also for its suicide rates as well, let it be told. An inmate has died at HMP Nottingham. The Ministry of Justice has confirmed. Ben Ireson, 31, God bless you, may you rest in peace, Ben. Thoughts and prayers with your family. Died in the prison in Perry Road, Sherwood today, Thursday, December the 13th. A spokesman for the Ministry of Justice said, HMP Nottingham prisoner Ben Ireson died in prison on December the 13th, and our thoughts are with his friends and his family. You don't give a shit about him, his friends or his family, right? And then they come out with a generic line: as with all deaths in custody, there will be an independent investigation by the Prison and Probation Ombudsman. The investigation is independent. It should not be scrubbed. Should be scrubbed from that sentence. His death comes after 2 other inmates died at the Category B prison in November. Richard Wydham and George McCallum died on November the 6th and November the 7th. So 2 prisoners in 2 days at that prison. Mr. Wydham was 41. Mr. McCallum was 79. The prisoners come under the spotlight recently for its poor conditions. In May this year, Peter Clark, the HMP Chief Executive of Prisons, described the prison as dangerous, disrespectful and drug-ridden. And he said he feared some could no longer face it and took their own lives. This followed 8 apparently self-inflicted deaths there between February 2016 and January 2018. There was 5 deaths in 5 weeks at that prison, as well, earlier this year. Was it last year? God bless them all, may they rest in peace. Mr. Clark invoked the first ever use of a new urgent notification protocol following the findings of the inspection, which required the Secretary for State for Justice to take personal responsibility for improving the jail. Justice Minister Rory Stewart said in May he had visited HMP Nottingham immediately after the urgent notification process was triggered to see the conditions on the ground. Well, whoopee fucking do. Fucking really. Prisoners' lives are disposable, guys. I'm sorry to say it, but it's the truth, right? I can't stress enough, right, how bad prison is. And if Ben Ireson was a free man, like free in the community or on a community order or something, would he still be alive? You bet your bottom dollar he was. Prison does funny things to people. It's not about not acting prison or anything. It's just prison puts you under so much duress. When you're in prison, any issues you've got get magnified by about 1,000, by 1,000,000, and it can make your head explode. And it's a very volatile, very paranoid sort of. It's weird, man. Unless you've been in prison, it's strange. The tension in the air. You don't know what, like, the next incident or violent incident is not very far away. And like I say, it's just sad and tragic, man. And 4 prisoners, 3 months. It's absolutely vile, and it breaks my heart. And Ben Ireson's family would have had a knock on a door today to be told that their son had been found unresponsive or dead in his cell. Was it mental health? Was it, do you know what I mean? Was it depression? Was it because of the stress, because of his position, because he was in prison? There's 3 ways you can leave prison, guys. Over the wall, escape. Happens now and again. Through the door, through the gate, released. In a body bag. There has been nearly 80 prisoners leave prison this year alone in body bags. 80. 80 families. 80 families, grief, suffering and stuff like that. You've got deaths in custody that can occur naturally. Suicide, guys, is just... It can affect the mood, it can affect other prisoners, because like I say, it could be any of you. And for those prisoners' families that are watching this, right, this could very easily be your loved one, right? You might think, oh no, my loved one would never do it. All these prisoners that have tragically taken their own life, their families probably thought they'd never take that course of action, but they do. And like I say, there's nothing wrong with that. It's sad that someone comes to that conclusion that it's better to take the life than it is to remain living. And like I say, prison puts you under so much stress and duress. And you know what, guys? Through this year, right, at the start of this year, I did a vlog about the tragic death in custody, suicide, sorry, should I say, of Anthony Payne, in February this year at Walton Jail. I did a vlog similar to this one. I put all the tags there and stuff like that. His sister saw it online. She showed her mum. She then reached out to me on Facebook. I spent the next few hours. This was 48 hours after Tony had tragically taken his own life. Paranoid schizophrenic. Climbed up on a roof, threw some slates. Not hurt anyone, not at the police. Just threw him onto the road. Got done. His mother begged the judge, please do not send my son to prison. Section him. Do you know what I mean? He just needs medication. He needs sectioning, medication. He needs help. Don't send him to prison. It'll pay with his life. Judge sent him to prison. Paid with his life. And this year I've spoken to so many prisoners' families reference suicides in prison. And I always advise everyone, if Ben Ireson's family see this, my thoughts and prayers are with you. I know my subscribers' thoughts and prayers will be with you all. Please speak out. Please pay tribute to Ben, right? Because to the public, he's a prisoner and he's no good. Right? That's how prisoners on the right, people on the right side of the tracks that read these stories, right, think, well, that's saving the taxpayer money. That's another one gone, which is complete opposite to how me and my subscribers feel. I'm a former prisoner. I've seen suicide attempts in prison and it stayed with me. I speak out for prisoners now, and this story is sad and it's tragic and stuff, but pay tribute to him. Make sure his death's not in vain, because the prison don't run to the media and say, oh, we've had a death in custody. No. They try to sweep stories under the rug. Someone feels the need to get the story out. It could have been Ben's family personally. It could have been them. Could have been people from inside the prison that have got contacts or rang the news desk and said, look, there's been a death in custody. I always say to people, if you know of a death in custody, contact me, tell me as much information as you can. The name, the wing, the time, the date, as much information as you can. And then if the story's not already out there, I will get it out there. The prison like to keep these stories swept under the carpet. Should never happen. These prisoners are people. And before they've ever been offenders, they've been first victims. They've had hard lives. We've all had hard lives. Growing up in care, physical abuse, sexual abuse, parents were addicts. Like I say, care leavers, just bullied, Asperger's syndrome, mental health issues, autism. We've had the worst starts in lives, right? And we commit crime, but people don't see the root cause of offending. And these prisoners are people. And what society needs to remember, that 99% of us, unless we're serving a whole life tariff, are going to be released into the community. Well, that would be the case if Ben wouldn't have tragically taken his own life. And I don't know what to say, guys. It just breaks my heart, to be absolutely honest with you. You've got to think, right? He could be a father. He's somebody's son. Do you know what I mean? He's somebody's brother. He's somebody's uncle. There's so many things, man. You've got to think, guys, right? Prisoners' lives, unfortunately, to the government are disposable. And the Ministry of Justice throw line after line. Our thoughts and prayers are with Ben's family at this sad and tragic time. Generic line. Bullshit line. The person doesn't work in the prison, right? How it works, the media find out about it through people like you and me. The prison don't tell the media, by the way. That just doesn't happen. So then they'll ring London or the Ministry of Justice. They'll get some press spokesperson on the phone that's got like something in front of him. Right, if there's any death in custody, say this. And then they throw out a generic line which isn't heartfelt in any which way. And And this is the situation. A file now will be passed to the Prison and Probation Ombudsman, who's supposed to be independent. It can take 2 or 3 years, guys, for these inquests to take place and stuff. The prison will say that we've learnt lessons, and now that Ben's gone, and we're in the inquest, when the inquest comes round and stuff, they will say that we've learnt lessons, we've implemented this, we've actively recruited 3,500 officers. All this bullshit, which is too little too late for Ben Ireson and his friends and his family. How old is it? I think he's 31. 31. Young man. Rest of his life ahead of him. Don't know what he was in for. Don't really care. This is a prisoner. Person. And I'm sorry guys, I'm waffling on for 11 minutes, but I'm just, I can't stress enough how I feel strongly about this. And it's like, it's the last story I'm doing tonight, or should I say early hours of this morning, because it's like 1 o'clock, 1:30 or something. It's 1:30. Ben Ireson, God bless you, brother. My thoughts and prayers are with your family. May you rest in paradise. What can you say? Too many people leaving prison in body bags, and it kills me, and it breaks my heart, it breaks my spirit, and it breaks my soul. Don't know Ben, don't have to. Former prisoner. Let me know what you think about the story, guys. No disrespectful comments. Put your rests in peace in the comment section below. Show Ben Ireson's family that we give a shit and we care as a prison community. Link in the description below. Thoughts and prayers are with, obviously, Ben's family. No words. Like, comment, subscribe.